Argentina, Australia, Canada, Cote d'Ivoire.
Some of the actual rezos that are passed in Thyman-affiliated conferences, they actually get sent to the actual United Nations, okay? So, yes, this is a simulation and you're representing countries, but in actual MUN conferences, some of those rezos get sent to the real UN and they actually can get implemented, or they can use parts of those clauses to actually help people. So, what you're doing is, it's definitely worthwhile.
China will also focus on education for Tibetans. All in all, please delegates, respect national sovereignty of China and support this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. Is the delegate willing to open himself?
The delegate has not seen any finished promises through these history of China and Tibet. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. Is the delegate open to any points of information?
3.
The delegate,
To the delegate speaker.
the delegate has opened himself to 3 points of information.
Stagnant from the issue,
So this delegate is hoping to have peaceful and stable ceasefire agreements with the delegate of Israel.
Prevent terrorists from Palestinian territory to go into Israel. Why did Israel build most of the wall in the Palestinian territory?
So terrorists don't come into our territory and kill us.
Follow-up.
Granted.
If Israel is trying to protect itself, shouldn't it build the wall in its own territory?
I believe the delegate of Israel believes that it's on his borders.
Within the PRC government. Subclause C, urging the adoption of the PRC policy of one country, two systems that is placed on Hong Kong and Macau. Clause 2, requests the PRC to cease all violence in Tibet, including the deprivation of life, murder, rape, torture, arbitrary arrest, and infanticide, by means such as, subclause A, ensuring the rights of Tibetans
corruption. How can this country possibly propose a halt to the actions of the US and the UK? This delegate recently spoke to a citizen of China to find that he is unsatisfied with his government, and the only action left to do was to fulfill the will of God himself and let the waves of democracy wash upon the shores of China through the means of rebellion. The delegate of the UK believes that it is the will of the people of China to be free from
such
communism.
an invasion of national sovereignty, and could only wish that it never happens to another country. Libya believes that countries should be left alone to deal with its internal affairs, with especially things such as rebels, which are...
The United States of America is deeply insulted by China's remark and condemning the United States for infringing national sovereignty. It is in no interest of the United States of America to make the delegate of the United Kingdom statement is entirely false. Second of all, for the rebellions, the peaceful protesting inside the border of China, nothing happened. The Chinese military merely sent the Red Army in to protect the citizens from being harmed by each other.
Member of NATO and member of the European Union, the delegate of France would like to say that he gives full support to the United States of America and to the United Kingdom. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. Is the delegate open to any points of information?
Any and all.
The delegate has opened himself to any and all points of information. Are there any on the floor? Delegate of Brazil, you have been
I
recognized.
shared with Amy before, Pasmun Ii and ECOSOC in this room, and I've noticed that delegates have grown, and the issues that we've debated in SC this year were...
After 3 days of conferences, just couldn't believe it ended like this. All the debates, arguments are all in my memory, and I'll never forget about it. I just want to thank all the delegates in the Security Council, giving me a great sharing experience here in PAS. Watching these delegates debating is extremely fun, even though passing the resolution on the drug cartels in Mexico. Clapping is in order. I could see the enthusiasm from all the delegates.
As your deputy president and fellow student, I can tell you that I was most impressed with the quality of the resolutions and debate this year. In 2 days, we watched as newcomers and veterans alike participated in the debates with great enthusiasm. Resolution.
Good job. Just on a side note. Now looking back, we've come a long way, and seeing the future for MBO program at PAS, I'm very proud to have served as your presiding officer for ECOSOC and Pasmun Ii. And
some delegates really come out of their shells this year to speak. The director, Mr. Waldron, organized the conference well as the administration team who worked really hard behind the scenes.
The job of the press team is to produce 2 newspapers, one pre-conference and one afterwards. We appreciate the hard work of Victoria Chu and Sylvia Ling for each writing an amazing article for the paper. We also want to thank Albert Hu for tirelessly helping us with the layout.
Chairs, fellow delegates, and esteemed guests. It is my utter pleasure to say that this conference was a good end to my 4-year MUN career. This year's Pasmun was an improvement from last year's. Security Council was astonishingly more heated than last year, and ECOSOC had its fair share of constant debate. While it is regretful for me to say that I was not a direct participant in the interesting and exciting aspects of MUN for my last conference, I'd like to say that by being your Secretary General, I was able to view the conference as a whole for what it is. Young, innovative minds challenging themselves in a collaborative effort to combat world problems our current world leaders have yet to solve. It is, indeed, by viewing the conference